Arrival from 481. We're picking up some pretty heavy interference on the tower frequency. It sounds like a small child singing Justin Bieber.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me once again. If you're new to the channel, my name is Lex and I'm a former military air traffic controller in the Marine Corps. In this video, we'll be reacting to 3 separate pilot ATC interactions, so you'll be able to see the differences in tone and how drastic these conversations can be. So let's get it going.
4117 Heavy, do you have the traffic source follow on site?
10.
4117 Heavy, maintain visual separation with traffic.
2.
4117 Heavy, confirm maintain visual separation.
10.
4117 Heavy, you need to say your call sign with the redash.
We do have visual contact with the traffic touching down now.
4117 Heavy, go around, you're not complying with my instructions. Turn right heading 100, maintain 2000.
Okay, go around, turn right heading, confirm the heading.
100.
100.
And in the future, I don't mean to give you a hard time, but your read back with your full call sign is mandatory for us.
Will do.
So there are 2 types of visual separation applications. You have pilot applied and tower applied visual separation. There are some contingencies for both of them, but as the name suggests, tower applied visual separation can only be applied by a tower controller. So that's why in this situation, you have the radar controller trying to get the pilot to apply visual separation by asking him to maintain visual separation from the traffic that he pointed out to him, which he reported in sight. So one of the contingencies are for the pilot to restate that he will maintain visual separation from the traffic while stating his call sign as well to ensure that he got it. So the reason why the air traffic controller wants to apply the separation is because it changes everything. IFR separation is 1,000 feet and 3 miles apart. However, when the pilot applies visual separation, all they have to do is not hit the other aircraft and everything's fine. So you can see why that was so crucial at that moment and why the air traffic controller had to give the pilot a go around, because he was losing IFR separation. Air traffic controllers aren't always that strict with pilots using their call sign for every transmission, but in important situations like this, it's a must. So a similar situation would be when you issue a hold short instruction for a runway or a taxiway. You need that pilot to read back those instructions with their call sign. If I have 10-20 aircraft on frequency, then I need for every single one of them to use their call sign. That way I know exactly who I'm talking to, and the instructions that I'm giving to the aircraft is for that aircraft and nobody else. However, if I'm talking to 1 or 2 aircraft and I ask one of them specifically a question and they answer it without using their call sign, it's not really a big deal. But it is good practice, though, for all pilots all the time to always use their call sign. It just clears up everything. If you're a pilot and you've done this before and you're guilty of this, go ahead and write it down in the comments. But let's continue.
Roger 481 Heavy's on the go.
Heavy, Roger. Runway, maintain 5,000, pay attention.
We'd like to take vectors back around and try it again, please.
481 Heavy, Roger. Hi, Dan. 1 Heavy, radar contact, 2 miles south, traffic backing out 2,300.
Arrival from 481. We're picking up some pretty heavy interference on the tower frequency. It sounds like a small child singing Justin Bieber.
481 Heavy, Roger. I'll pass on the tower. Turn right heading 360. Say approach requesting.
Back around for the ILS. Roger, heading 360 481. I'd like to point out I'm not the one who identified the singer.
Is your story, you go stick with it? Nice. I had any singing going on up there.
Still picking it up intermittently on their frequency, on the uniform tower frequency.
Pass it on to them again.
Roger, we'll try the Victor this time around. Which 481 Heavy established on the localizer.
Roger, contact tower. Have a good night, sir.
Heavy's 11.8 dB, ILS 21 right, stand by here.
Right, 81 Heavy, Travis Tower, runway 21 right, wind 2201623, check to sound for land.
Clear land, runway 21 right, 481.
481 Heavy, you can turn right when able, contact ground 1 off run.
Right when able, ground 1 off, 481, and thanks for no singing this time.
I'll try not to sing next time.
Well, it sounds like the air traffic controller admitted his guilt. At first, I thought there was a kid in the tower, getting a tour. Tours happen all the time. But the more you listen, and based on his reaction, it was clearly him singing Justin Bieber. So what I think happened is that he had a stuck mic. And if you're unfamiliar with that term, basically a stuck mic is when the transmit button is stuck on the on position and you're not even aware of it. And as you're talking, you're still transmitting and broadcasting to everybody else that's on that frequency. If you're a pilot or a controller, I'm sure you got an embarrassing stuck mic moment. So go ahead and write it down in the comments so we can all have a good laugh. So I went my entire military career without having a stuck mic moment. However, mine quickly came after I got out. And after I got out, I worked on an FAA contract tower for a few years in South Florida, where I was given a new headset. So an air traffic controller's headset can be set up in two different ways. You can have it so where you push down on the button, transmit, when you finish, you lift your finger, or push down on the button, lift your finger, transmit, and when you're done, push the button again. So that's how my headset was set up, but I was unaware. So the first aircraft I talked to was a Skyhawk. He was on final. I cleared him to land. And then afterwards, I was like, man, these guys are so slow. Because I came from the military. The slowest aircraft I've ever worked was a King Air, and everything else was fighters. So a few seconds go by, and I didn't get a response from the Skyhawk pilot. So I get ready to transmit again, and then I realize I'm already hot. I was like, wow, damn. That was so embarrassing. I didn't say a thing. He didn't acknowledge it. Thank God. But, it happens. So if you're a pilot, go ahead and put it down in the comments. It's all fun and games. So let's continue to this last part.
Southwest 1050 ground.
Hey, yeah, we were trying to call you. We were on mic. We're already on ramp here.
You weren't trying to call me because I tried calling you about 4 to 5 times. So next time, come to a stop and then make contact. Don't just do what you want to.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was on the other. When you called, I was talking to ramp. Sorry about that.
That's not how it works.
Okay, so my apologies.
So this right here is one of my pet peeves. I hate when pilots come off the runway, look left, look right, and go. And as they're halfway to the ramp, finally call ground asking for taxi instructions. Like the controller said, that is not how it works. However, I don't like the way the air traffic controller went about addressing the situation. The pilot is obviously lying because the ground controller is just sitting there. Nothing's wrong with his frequencies, and he knows the pilot did not try to contact him. But you don't have to scold somebody to get your point across. You still have to maintain a certain level of professionalism and, address situations in a professional manner. So what happens is at busy airports like Atlanta, which is where the situation happened, they're always busy. So somebody doing their own thing while the air traffic controller has a whole sequence going on with arrivals and departures, and this throws a wrench in the entire sequence. And when you have aircraft nose to nose, it's never a good thing. And if there's not enough room for them to do a 180, then it basically shuts down the taxiway, and you got to call ramp personnel and to get those aircraft towed away. So it's really difficult situation, but you don't have to act like that to get your point across. But guys, I appreciate you for watching this all the way to the end. Thank you so much. And as always, peace.